Good morning, everyone. My name is Tsl Product Schillebeeckx. I'm the Product Director for Tsl Products. We are best known for audio monitoring products and broadcast control systems. We also do surround sound microphones. We do file-based audio solutions, power distribution, but I'm going to really focus on audio monitoring and control systems. Before IBC, I was kind of scratching my head a little bit and trying to come up with a sentence that ties all of this together. And what we've come up with is what we're actually trying to actively do is help broadcasters enable full IP workflows. Everyone's been talking about this, so when I'm talking IP, I'm talking live, baseband replacement IP. So we are very much proactively developing products that will help broadcasters to enable this. So for example, on the audio monitoring side of things, we are launching the first uncompressed video over IP audio monitor, the CAM IP, available in HD, 3G or 12G UHD formats. And as we're an audio monitoring company, we're monitoring, so we're not trying to dictate to the broadcasters what IP should be all about and how it should be done, but we are listening to our clients and we're working with them to get the right tools out there. So that means working with standards, so whether that's CT 2022-6, maybe CT 2110, which is being developed, or AES67, or maybe Dante or Ravenna on the other side. So we're trying to create a very open platform on the audio monitoring side, which can be updated as well. This is very, very important, as this is a market that's very, very quickly evolving. On our entry-level audio monitoring side of things, we are also very much looking at audio over IP. So it's more established than video over IP. So we have launched products that support AES7, Dante, Ravenna, and if you, for example, have a power infrastructure, we also have hybrid 2 monitoring products. So very much looking at how we can enable this full IP infrastructure. Having said that, we're also very aware that for a long time, we're going to be in a hybrid world, which means a little bit of IP over here and a little bit of good old-fashioned baseband over here. So we're very much supporting the hybrid nature, and all of our products will still support 3G or maybe MADI on the other side. Control systems, that's an area that's really growing for us, and with the rise of IP, with the rise of the good old-fashioned SDI router, although it will take some time yet, control systems are going to become more important than ever. Yeah? So this is a very bad analogy, but you could argue that the router, the physical hardware router, is actually being replaced by the control system, which is now managing all of this IP data, which is taking care of connection management, cross points, etc. So we're very much focusing on that. Control systems also have a very important role to play in the hybrid world. Yeah. So if you have a good old-fashioned SDI router or MADI router over at this end, and over here you might have an audio Dante network, and you might have some CT 2022-6 floating around. That's all good and well, but they don't know anything about each other. They don't know anything about tallies, they don't know anything about labels, they don't know anything about cross points, even if there are gateways in them. So we can control both. We have all of the information on both sides of the coin, and then we can bring all of that together. So that's kind of what we're doing. We're very keen to talk to our customers to figure out where everything is evolving. Because if anyone in this room knows exactly where IP is going to end up, please tell me, because I want to know. Because we're still all finding our feet. So that's really why we're here, IBC. So we're in Hall 10, B41. Come and find us, come and have a chat, and I'll take it from there. Thank you.
Well, my name's Roger Henderson, and I'm CEO of TSL Systems. You may know of us. We're actually 30 years old this year, so if you're popping around past the booth on Sunday afternoon, feel free to come and steal a beverage to celebrate with us. We build systems, obviously, and we have a global operation, and we're proud to say that we've built systems all the way from Reykjavik in Iceland to Auckland in New Zealand and most of the major countries in between over that period, and we've done some of the biggest installs in the United Kingdom and elsewhere in the world. The world has changed since I've started as a young software engineer in the early 80s, as you know only too well, and engineers have been squeezed out, broadcast signals moving to IP, as Peter's just mentioned, hardware to cloud software. The implication of that for us, of course, is for our customers, it means their internal processes are changing, and not just their purchasing process, but their operational practices too. And that's something that's important for us to to address, particularly as our market is expanding with the increasing use of media for production inside traditional corporate companies, new social media corporate companies, sort of football stadiums, education market, which is increasingly important to us because we love big projects, but we love making money too. And this new market for us and the need for the market to be supported in terms of their ongoing service requirement is fundamental to that. Recently added 6 further engineers inside the United Kingdom, and we're continuing to strengthen our Dubai office. So how are we changing? Very briefly, in the same way there's cultural change and shift going on inside our customers, there's cultural shift going on inside our own organisation as well. This is a fairly abstract model, and pretty much you'll be familiar with it yourself. We help by understanding what our customers want, we help them choose the right bits and pieces to put in there. We actually make it for them, and we even train them to use it. And traditionally, that's quite often where an SI would then walk out the door and move on to the next project. For us, and particularly for our newer customers, actually, that cycle continues beyond that. We now increasingly look after our customers' systems for the life of those systems, both in terms of providing on-site service, managing the supplier warranties, doing preventative maintenance, and actually where they're often very short-staffed, providing additional staffing in times of stress. So it really does become a life cycle service for us. And that actually for us means a culture change. It actually means that we put service first. And central to that is one of those IT process things. We use an ITIL customer management system inside our organisation. As we build a project, we actually populate that system with all the details relating to the products in it, including the warranty side, the service side, the cost of maintenance, so that when a customer comes to complete, or when the system is complete, we can actually hand that to the customer. There's a portal to the complete details of his project there, complete with an understanding of what it's going to cost him and how he's going to go about maintaining that in the future, which of course we then are offered to do at a very cost-effective price. And as I said earlier, that does mean a cultural change inside our company. That actually means thinking about service as an item right at the beginning of a project, not as something you sort of shuffle to one side as you walk out the door having completed the build. A fundamental shift, and one which is very common and well thought out in the IT world. So what's at IBC? Well, for us, this is an exhibition where TSL is quite well known as a systems business. Most of the people who are looking to do broadcast-oriented systems will speak to us. For those customers, we're showing them the benefits of the customer management system. Feel free to come along and whilst you're having your beverage on Sunday, see how that functions and how that works at the centre. We are a global company. We are strong and recognise that need for development, and we believe that by implementing these systems and changing the philosophy of how we go about it, we're putting ourselves at the forefront as the industry continues its change inevitably. Thank you.